Making the invisible visible, Black women 365 days of the year. Each day will spotlight a remarkable woman whose story has shaped Black, British or global diasporic history. Women whose achievements are too often overlooked. Through these daily short films, we create a living, breathing archive of leadership, creativity, resistance and legacy. Let's begin.
So first off, my name is Debi Asidi. I prefer being called Debi. I would describe myself, I always say like I'm a dance artist, a contemporary dance artist. And I always go by what I bring into the room, which from what I've been told is a lot of care and nurture and just like, yeah, a lot of care for people around me and the dancers in the room. I think it goes off of like how the day goes as well. So everyday conversations, I could be having a conversation about yoga and then realise how much I want to implement that into my work. And then also like, yeah, I think conversations about what's happening around the world especially. So me and my friends are all very passionate about politics and the wars and injustice that's happening across the world, so we like to create work based off of that, and I think that's where I get my inspiration from. Yeah, so we all had the same kind of experience in dance. We're all Black African women in dance and do contemporary and ballet, but what we wanted to talk more about is how much we can put them together, like they don't have to be completely separate. We had a lot of conversations about that. And also we had conversations on what it's like to be a Black woman in the UK compared to a Black woman in the US. Yeah, just a lot unfolded all at once and we created a lovely piece. Yeah. I'd say the last work, the work that I'm doing at the moment, because it's still ongoing and I feel like I'm still understanding myself and the piece of work as I'm performing it. But I have a project-based company called Femme Noire Danse, and we have a solo made by me, on me, and I perform the solo called Morphed. That's all about Black women and body dysmorphia, and so that's something I think I'm experimenting a lot and exploring that whole side of body dysmorphia. I think you hear a lot about it in the dance industry, but I went and did some research about it the other day, and I think that kind of like helps me understand it in a deeper level and how much it impacts Black dancers, and so also how much it has possibly impacted me, and yeah, I think I'm just going through a whole journey of understanding it as well as understanding how that's going to change the solo each time. I think I really have, especially since like graduation, I've really valued how much children can impact the dance world and how powerful they are to the future generations, especially in this day and age. And I think that's something I've come to value a lot more. Obviously it's always been a value, but I think I've always been a child at the time that I felt to value it, but now looking at it from an adult point of view, I think it's like very much you can see the light, the carelessness, the joy, the youthfulness that they bring out of you that still exists. And I think a lot of dancers, and even just adults who are non-dancers, can touch a bit more into themselves through children and, I don't know, get a bit of inspiration from that and actually touch into the youthfulness that's still inside them. Okay, I'd say music. Music is a massive like celebration for me, like, or a way to kind of uplift myself on a bad day. Honestly, just like popping my headphones in, listening to the same song that I just choreographed to, or one that I'm looking for a future choreography. That's how I would say I celebrate. Not necessarily celebrate the small wins, but I lift myself up energetically and spiritually. But to celebrate, I think, yeah, I would say I do go out with my friends and like we dance, or we go and watch dance to stay inspired, watch music. I watch a lot of live music. I love watching live music, so I think that is a way to celebrate myself and the arts, yeah.
Thank you for joining us for today's story. Making the invisible visible is our commitment to ensuring that Black women's histories and contributions are recognised, valued and kept in daily circulation. Across 2026, we will continue to share these powerful narratives, 365 days of impact, brilliance and inspiration. Stay connected, join the conversation and help us champion the women whose journeys continue to shape our world. I'm Paulette Brooks and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next